Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do kind of a transitional makeup look, I guess you could say, into fall. It's right around the corner. I can't believe that August is actually almost over and we're jumping into September and October. Really, fall is probably one of my favorite times of the year, and it's probably because number one, my birthday. Number two, our baby girl is going to be born in November, so we have just a lot of things going on. Plus my husband's birthday is in September as well. Just lots of things going on in the preparation for this holiday season. But I just was really looking through like Pinterest and was so inspired by people doing like these eye makeup tutorials with like this beautiful red. It almost looked like a fall red, but they still wore it like during the summer days that are left, and I thought it was so pretty. I think you can make this look as intense as you want it, so you can have, like, you know, for a date night or for a night out, you can make it really deep and dark. Since this is a daytime look for me, I did kind of make it a little bit more lighter than I would normally do if I was going out, you know, in the evening. So I would definitely do more of that red, more of that black, and probably put some falsies on. So if you're interested in seeing this full makeup tutorial, be sure to continue watching. So to start off with, we're going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. My color is 202, and I have done a review on that. If you're interested in seeing what I think about this product, go down into my description box and I'll link it down below for you guys. But I'm just using a moist beauty blender. This is by Real Techniques, and it works really well, just blending it all over my face. As you can tell, that color just matches to a T as far as my tone. And then I'm using my Airspun loose powder, and I've actually learned this trick. You can actually use your moist beauty blender and set it under your eyes and into your oily or problematic areas that you see move around throughout the day. At first I thought it might be cakey, but it actually works really well. I think I saw Jaclyn Hill do that, and she was kind of paranoid as well because wet on wet just doesn't mix really well, but it works great. Then I'm gonna go in with an angled brush by Coastal Scents using a Tantastic bronzer. This is more on the red side, so you have to be careful not to load too much because you can really look, how do you say it, like really red as to like maybe not so much as bronze. So a little goes a long way, but I'm just putting it under my cheekbones, along the perimeters of my forehead, a little bit on the sides of my nose, and under my chin, of course. I don't really contour my nose. And then using the loose powder that I used before, just kind of fluffing excess off and then making sure that everything else is set, and that my makeup is set in place and it's not going to move around throughout the day. And then using my Wet n Wild Shimmer palette, or highlight palette I should say. It's really cool because it has pink tones, and if you mix it all together, it kind of gives you like a really nice pretty blush, but it gives you kind of that highlight at the same time. But I'm still going to go in and use one of those highlighting powders from that same palette, put a little bit on my nose, just above my cheekbone areas, a little bit under my eyebrows, a little bit above my eyebrow, just to kind of give me that natural glow. I'm not too crazy about highlighting, but I think it's pretty cool what it does. And then of course I'm gonna go ahead and blend all those areas out to make sure it's not harsh. And then to my Old Faithful angled brush and my Malificent palette. I really love using this matte black from this Malificent palette, and you know guys that I don't use a bunch of product for my eyebrows, just because I kind of like to stick with my powder. I've tried several other things, you know, different pomades, and this seems to be working the best. So I'm just kind of building it up, and if you wanted to see a tutorial on that as well, I will link it down below for you guys. It's a really short tutorial on how I do my eyebrows. And then of course using a spoolie to blend it all out. And repeat the same on the other side. And then using my Covergirl concealer. This is actually one of my first times using it, but a lot of times for eyelid prep, if I don't have it handy with me, then I will use a certain concealer for my eyelids just to make sure that my eyeshadow sticks to my eyelids and it doesn't crease throughout the day. And actually did pretty well, so I'm pretty impressed. Using my Ultra Shimmer palette, I'm using this really pretty peachy orangey color, I guess, to give me that transition color, and just using an angled brush to kind of put into that crease and extend it a little bit upwards so the lines are not that harsh. And then using this beautiful fall red. I thought it was going to be a little bit deeper, but it's not as deep as I thought. It's actually a little bit more brighter on the red side, almost going towards pink, but I am using a tapered brush, just putting it into my outer corner, and then kind of creating that little edge, and then into my orbital bone and extending it a little bit upwards towards the eyebrow. And I'm going to do that on both sides, just making sure that it is even. And don't worry about blending it too much. I'm just kind of layering it. I know that I've watched Carly Bible do a lot of her makeup tutorials as far as eyeshadows, and she kind of likes to layer them as well and then blend them out. But whatever works for you, if you want to blend them out just to make sure that they look perfect, you can do that as well. And then I'm using a smaller tapered brush and using the black out of the same palette. It has a slight shimmer to it, not too much, but it's not like an intense black, just because this is more of a daytime look. And again, I'm doing the same thing, but just putting it underneath the red, and then extending it to the outer corner, and just kind of creating that round almond shaped look, I guess you can say. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my angled brush and start blending it out. As you can see, like once you start blending it out, it doesn't look as harsh, and then it kind of looks more like of a daytime look, and that's what I was going for, because I didn't want it to be too dark, because usually I would do that for a night look, but today was the day look. And then just like this matte white, whatever matte white you have, I'm just putting it right under my eyebrow, just to blend out the harsh lines from the eyeshadow to my eyebrow, just to make sure that it kind of brings out my eyebrows, but it blends out those harsh lines. And then of course I'm going to use my fluffy brush to make sure that it's blended out a little bit better, because the finger just doesn't do as good of a job when it comes to precision. Using a smudge brush from Coastal Scents as well. I'm using that same deep red that I've used in the crease, and I'm just smoking it out on the outer corner. And then I found this eyeliner really cool. I've looked up this company. It's in New York. Totally forgot what it was. USA products, I forgot, but I will link it down for you guys below. I'm usually kind of hesitant about buying marker kind of eyeliner products, just because I don't feel like they fill in all the way, just like a liquid one does. But this one did a really good job, so it's really cool to travel with, because it has two sides, one thicker, one thinner. So I'm really impressed, and really like this eyeliner. So definitely will be another purchase that I will be making once I use that up. And of course do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm using that same concealer that I used by Covergirl. A lot of people just kind of create a line and then use their finger to blend it out. I use my flat angled brush, or flat brush, it's not an angled brush, just to blend out that concealer and to give me that clean line where my eyeliner is, making sure that I don't have any excess eyeshadow. And then of course I set it, and then using that same highlighter that I used to highlight my cheekbones and my nose, I'm using it for my inner corner, just to give me that more of a wide awake look. And then to finish it off, I am using my Milani Runway mascara, of course loading it up. I really like this product, not only for the brush that it has, but also for the product itself. A lot of mascaras that I try usually ends up all over my face for some reason throughout the day. This one seems to do a better job. And then this really beautiful neutral color by NYX Cosmetics. This is a pencil. A lot of times if you don't have a matte lipstick that you don't have to work with, you can always use a lip pencil and just fill it in. And then there you go, you'll have a matte lipstick. My lips tend to be a little bit more on the dry side, so I'm going to go ahead and use a Victoria's Secret Minty gloss, just to kind of give me that moisture and a little bit of that shine. And that's it. Very quick, very easy transitional fall look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Be sure to subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.